Audible's romance collection has something to satisfy every side of you. When it comes to what kind of romance you're into, you don't have to choose just one. Fancy a dalliance with a duke, or maybe a steamy billionaire. You could find a book boyfriend in the city and another one tearing it up on the hockey field. And if nothing on this earth satisfies, you can always find love in another realm. Discover modern rom-coms from authors like Lily Chu and Ali Hazelwood, the latest romantasy series from Sarah J. Maas and Rebecca Yarros, plus Regency favorites like Bridgerton and Outlander. And of course, all the really steamy stuff. Your first great love story is free when you sign up for a free 30-day trial at audible.com/Wondery. That's audible.com/Wondery.
We're spending more than ever.
I hate my job.
The price of everything has gone up.
AI is threatening my job.
It's crisis after crisis.
Nothing is working out.
I can't find a job. We're one disaster away.
Take control of change.
I need a change.
Disruption is the force of change. Stop the chaos. Stop the madness. Take control. Read James Patterson's Disrupt Everything and Win.
Lights, camera, catalog. On its surface, it may have looked just like another way to buy earthy apparel, ornate jewelry, and eclectic home goods. But if you flip through the pages of this story, you'll find so much more. An iconic and hot leading man whose life mission was to celebrate and nurture artists and filmmakers while advocating for everything from human rights to the environment. An unlikely destination where nature itself is the star, but it's possible for a relative unknown to become Hollywood royalty. And while the story started off on a small 2-acre plot of land in Utah, it has grown into a brand with many faces that is known throughout the world. But in the spirit of our month of dead brands, this tale will focus on just one aspect of this organization, and how for 35 years it reached millions of people to find incredible success and acclaim until it all came to an end just 1 month ago. And that's why this week's On Brand is on the Sundance Catalog.
We're all jazzed up, really having a cow. We want your favorite show, and it's on right now. It's on, it's on, it's on, it's on brand.
Welcome to On Brand with Jon and Marisa.
I'm Jon.
I'm Marisa. Okay.
Now, I know there's people that before they clicked on this, they're like, what's the Sundance Catalog? I've never heard of the Sundance Catalog.
It's the Grumpy Muppets.
The Grumpy Muppets. I'm picturing people that don't know the brand that week. They're a Grumpy Muppet.
Uh-huh.
They're like, what's that? I've never heard of that. And then they Google it, and they're like, there's nothing there because it's dead.
Sure.
If you Google it, you're going to get a website that says, thanks for 35 years.
Wow. Okay. So if this is new to you, this is a brand that has had quite a successful career.
But it is a fresh corpse. It has still got some flesh on it.
The body's still warm.
Body's still warm.
Okay.
It's laying on the beach. It's a little bloated. You're like, something's a little off. You kick it with your toe.
You call a lifeguard over.
Its hand starts to move, but it's just because there's a crab under it. The crab
sure.
comes out. The hand flops down.
A bunch of crabs all skitter trying to take it into the sea.
Someone's like, I wonder if John's going to make a crab joke.
He's not going to make a crab joke. He's going to make a 2 crab joke.
Okay. Crab joke check. If you've got the bingo card, there you go. We got the crabs in. So why did I pick the Sundance Catalog? Honestly, because it's in my canon of brands that I've loved for a very long time.
This is really interesting. I know of this catalog, but this was not one that graced my doorstep. And I am
shocking.
A catalog queen, baby.
That is shocking to me because the apparel is like, no offense, Little House on the Prairie. It's a lot of long dresses,
Yes.
a lot of like pockets for kitchen utensils.
You know, by the way, I found the name for my perfect style.
What?
Fisherman's Wife.
Oh.
If you look up, I was on Pinterest and I was poking around. I love Pinterest. I think this is like one of the last good websites.
That's funny because Pinterest is one that I've never understood.
Oh, it's great.
I feel like every time I'm on it, it's like well, now, I mean, I guess it's like create an account. I'm like, I don't want to.
Every time Anna is asking for my email, makeup password. No, you have to like have an account. You have to massage it a little bit. You have to click on a few things. And then boy, does it get to know you well. And I found some things like the people will make like collections of it's home stuff, it's recipes, it's style, it's whatever, it's everything. And I found the name for my perfect vibe, the vibe that I want in my home, in my lifestyle, in my clothes. It's called Fisherman's Wife. And so this like Fisherman's Wife aesthetic. And people made like mood boards that say Fisherman's Wife. And I'm like, I love all these dowdy dresses and aprons and little beanies.
So you carry around like a knife in your pocket just in case you have to gut a fish.
Sure.
You turn like the fish netting into like a way to hold your hair in a bun.
Exactly. I always got a wooden bucket of something. Some
chum.
slop.
You've always got chum. You've got sea glass earrings. Definitely a sea glass necklace and a sea glass dream catcher.
Sure, yeah. That feels very Sundance.
Oh my God.
A dream catcher?
It's all, that is all Sundance. Well, for me.
So you got the catalog.
I used to get the catalog and, you know, obviously as I am today, I hate that I can't say when I was young and poor because now it's just now that I'm old and poor. But when I was young and poor, I would get the catalog and it would be like, you know, at the time, pretty expensive stuff and stuff that's aspirational for you to have a home. But I call my style industrial pop. So I like pop art, but I also love like metals.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm rustic industrial pop because I love found wood that has paint on it. I collect screwdrivers. I think I've talked about wooden handle screwdrivers where most of the paint has come off because I just feel like it has a story. And that's what they would make. They would have like reclaimed wood, like consoles and apothecary cabinets. And I mean, give me 100 drawers and I'll fill them with 100 Trader Joe bags. Like, just give me the space and I will shove something in it.
Apothecary cabinets had a real grip on us. I feel like 1998 was when like they were mainstream.
Through 2004.
Sure. And I'm not seeing a lot of them lately, but I would love those little itty bitty drawers.
There was an episode of Friends where she had an apothecary table.
I think we talked about this, in the Pottery Barn.
That would probably make sense if we talked about it in the Pottery Barn episode. But you know us, we go off topic, so who knows? But I would find things in there. One of the things I remember, they had like this like rustic flower drying rack that you hang from the ceiling.
Sure.
And it was what, maybe $350. And I was like, Queen, I can make that for 8 cents. And I like went out, I found some really cool like distressed wood and I made it and I hung it up in my apartment and I hung flowers from it.
Oh
and
my
I was
gosh.
like, so it was very much for me kind of like, that was back when I did things like that too.
Sure.
I feel like as you get older, maybe you do less of that. Or I do. Maybe I'm just depressed.
I'd say going out in the world to seek found items to make products that you don't really need is kind of a young person's game.
Yeah. Well, my brother also does. He's an artist, and he does what he calls assembly art, ensemblage art. I forget how he phrases it, but that's what it is. He'll find like really neat found objects and turn them into cool art. So
that's why you need like a garage studio.
Oh my God.
Because then if you're driving on the road, you see something cool, great, throw it in the back of the truck.
That's literally exactly what he does.
The dream.
A bumper is on the side of the 75.
That's so cool.
Yeah, so I picked it because I just really like it. I knew going into it, a lot of people, I've brought it up, people are like, I've never heard of that. But I think it's an interesting story, and it is just one, I think what everyone has heard of is Sundance. Yes. Everyone knows Sundance. It is a giant organization. We could do 5 episodes on all the different parts of Sundance. That's not what this show is. This is going to be a Cliff Note version of what Sundance is, with a focus on just the catalog.
I think I really only knew about the film festival.
Yeah, and that's just one part of it. And the catalog helped fund the film festival.
Wow.
So it's all kind of intertwined. As we know, it was all part of Robert Redford's vision. He dipped out at different times.
Moment of silence for Robert Redford's hotness.
I mean...
I can't...
Now, the interesting thing about his hotness is, I know I am famous for saying old people can't be hot, unless I do it tongue-in-cheek like the old ladies of Joanne Fabrics. But he was hot, but also had crow's feet. It's like he got hot. He felt like at like 55 or something. Oh,
yeah. Okay.
Right? Or maybe he was just sun-kissed. But it was like, you're kind of...
Was he sun-kissed or sun-danced?
Moment of silence for that joke. Because I'm laughing on the inside. I like to, for a podcast, I like to express all of my laughter. It's
laughing on the inside that counts.
That's a podcast. Laughing on the inside, then you don't even have to worry about it.
Perfect.
Okay.
Perfect.
Okay, but before we get in the show, so 2 things have happened.
Mm-hmm.
One, I accidentally stole 2 potatoes.
From where?
Completely unexpected.
From where?
So I realized I shop wrong. I was told this by a Trader Joe's employee. This happened at Vons, but I take in my own bag because I don't want to spend 10 cents on a bag, and I have 2,000 bags.
You're not supposed to shop into your own bag.
I shop into my own bag.
There's signs telling you not to shop into your own bag.
I shop into my own bag. You're supposed to take a basket or a cart and only use the bag at the end.
Are your eyes open when you're walking around the grocery store? That's what everybody else is doing. Do you see anybody else with 4 swinging purses that they're loading up with potatoes?
You've known me now. We met in 2007, so we're coming up on 20 years. We're at 18 years. Has it ever been my mission to be like others?
That is very true.
So I honestly just don't think about it. I'm like, I have a vessel. I collect the things in my vessel.
Sure.
I buy them, put them back in the vessel, and leave.
You know, it isn't a perfect system the way that they're asking you to do it, because of course, I bring my own bags, and they're buried under 145 pounds of groceries.
Yeah.
So when I pull up, they're like, oh, do you have any bags? I'm like, I do, but we'll see them in an hour because they're under there.
Good luck finding them.
Good luck finding them.
And I do self-checkout because I usually only have 8 things.
I've been doing 2 carts. I did 2 carts at Trader Joe's recently. It's one cart when I'm shopping, and then by the time I'm done when they're bagging everything, they get a second cart so that stuff doesn't have to be stacked up. And you know what else I've been doing? Getting help to my car.
To your car.
Getting help to my car. And I will tell you, you do not have to be old to do this. You do not have to.
You just have to be a fisherman's wife.
You just have to ask. And sometimes they offer, but you can also just ask, can I get some help out to my cart? They'll push your cart. You strut out there like the queen you are.
They probably love it. If it was me, I would take any opportunity I could to not be doing what I was doing.
You're strolling out into the sunshine. You're chatting with me, a delight. You're helping me load groceries into the car.
Yeah.
And to me, I'm giving you a little 2-minute break. But I'm telling you, and I used to, whenever people ask for help out to my car, when I clearly needed it, or I have a baby, or it's too much to push, I would always be like, no, I'm fine. And then one day I was just like, it, yes, help me. And then they're so happy to.
This actually happened to me at Trader Joe's 4 days ago. I could not find it seems like it'd be easy. The refrigerated salad dressings. They have normal salad dressings and refrigerated ones. So I asked the guy stocking eggs, hey, where's the refrigerated salad dressings? He's like, oh, it's across the store. I'll take you. And he started talking to me. I was like, oh, no, I'll find it. You don't have to take me. He's like, no, I'm happy to. And I was like, you're bored of stocking eggs, aren't you?
Yeah.
Made a look. He knew. He wanted to get away from the eggs.
So you got scolded for loading up your own bags?
Not scolded, but just one person was like, you're actually supposed to use a basket.
Sure.
You idiot. I guess I was scolded. Then
fair.
She hit me.
But and you said, I'm taking these potatoes and not paying.
No, that was at Vons. So I checked out myself, and I had my Minute Maid zero sugar fruit punch.
Okay.
I had the few things. I had forgotten the first thing I grabbed when I walked into that store was two $2 potatoes, the ones that are already wrapped in plastic so you can just microwave them.
Sure.
You're not supposed to poke holes.
How does that work?
For 4 days, that was I was so obsessed with baking potatoes. It takes 7 minutes. Don't poke a hole in it. Put it in for 7 minutes. You have a perfectly baked potato.
A potato is one of those things, too, where it's you want to cook it in the oven? That's going to take 1 hour and 20 minutes.
When I was a kid, if you wanted a potato, you had to tell Mom on Monday. She's like, okay, all right, I'll figure it out. We'll have potatoes on Thursday evening. You had to wrap them in foil. You had to do all the... It was like pot pies. It was I always wanted a pot pie. The instruction, bake for 280 minutes. Wrap just the edge in foil so it doesn't burn.
Yeah.
When you've got 8 minutes left, take the foil off, put it back in. It better be on that middle rack, though.
Sure.
Wait till it's bubbling. Oh, God.
But are you still into baked potatoes, or has this already waned?
It's past. I think I had 4 potatoes during this phase. 2 were stolen. I got home. I paid for my things, and then I got home and I'm unloading, and I was like, the potatoes. And then I got to be honest, I didn't really feel bad. Because, I mean, I feel like with the grocery store, sometimes you get screwed out of things. They'll have like an old sale sign up and you pay full price.
Sure.
And like,
or, I mean, what happens every other week, I come home with a rotten case of raspberries.
Oh, don't even get me started on packaged fruits. My soggy little blueberries.
Exactly. And I'm not marching back. I know you can't technically march back and show them your trash and make them swap it out. At Trader Joe's, they're apparently also very nice about that. You can get a refund if you just don't like something. They'll like
Trader Joe's is great. You can just bring a picture back or just tell them. And
but I've
be
never
like,
done it. And I've been burned on especially raspberries lately. And so I feel like we're good. We're good.
I agree. I think it all evens out. Oh, and I know at the beginning of this, I said I have 2 things to talk about. I just remembered I'm at 7.2 pages of notes for Sundance Catalog. So I'm going to put a pin in story number 2, but trust me, it'll come out. Having stole 2 potatoes has been in my notes for 6 weeks. They all eventually come out. All right, so let's talk Sundance Catalog.
Wow, take me there. Even just you saying Sundance, what a pleasurable combination of words.
I think
Sun dance.
Sun
dance.
Sun dance. It feels like an improv game. All right, today, you guys, we're going to do Big Booty and Sundance. I think that sums it up. It's like Sundance has this like aura about it. Now, I haven't been to the Sundance Film Festival. I've worked on many shows.
I have. I have.
Well, why don't you share that story?
Well, you don't have to be invited.
Oh, so you crashed Sundance? That's how you're starting your story? I could have gone to Sundance. I could go this year.
I mean, you can just like go. You can go. I had some friends who were going just as like fans of film, you know. You know, you're 18 and you live in California. It's not too far to make it over there.
Park City, Utah?
Is that how far we went? My God.
You don't even know. You're gloating about something that you don't know anything about. You don't remember how old you were.
Honey, it was a long time ago. I'll post a pic of me and Jen and Ashley. My friend Ashley, the one who I said was a backup singer for Rihanna and then started the kombucha company. I went with her to Sundance. You can just go. You get a ticket. You go see movies. We saw screenings of a ton of movies. We saw Q&As. We tried to sneak into parties. The bars there. The bars there are really weird. You have to like, you can't just like go into a bar. You have to like buy a membership to the bar because they have like weird like liquor laws. So you have to like buy a little membership. That was a souvenir I had for a long time was my like little paper membership. So I don't retain a lot of my memories, but I know I've been to Sundance. Well, and I did not go ice skating in Rockefeller Center at Christmas.
And you did not also write the M&M company like I did.
I thought maybe I did. It was a phantom memory. I've definitely written to companies.
Okay. Well, thank you for sharing your Sundance
I'll
story.
find a picture. I'll find a picture of me in the snow.
Please do. And I'll put it in my supplementals. But the thing about Sundance is I do think like you, most people know the film festival. Most people know Robert Redford. I think if it was one of those like TED Talk things where it's like all the words come up, it's going to be Sundance is the biggest film festival, next biggest. That's going to be the same as Robert Redford. And then it'll start to get like Institute, Utah Mountain. Catalog will be one of the smaller bubbles.
Sure.
But it is one of those places where people go, especially for the film festival. They go in January and they just fall in love with like everything about that vibe, like the rusticness of it, the Native Americanness of it, the Western American of it. And my friend and I were talking about this yesterday, and I think I had this pinned down later in the show, and we'll get to where that was, but it's like one of those places that I assume it's like you're there and all of a sudden you're like, this is the life I'm living. It's like when I went to Hawaii, I woke up the next morning and my friend had run downstairs before I woke up and bought us both puka shell necklaces. So for that week, I'm living, I have a lei. I went to like an Airbnb with some friends and their whole theme was like, ponchos and they're like, as a gift with your reservation you get 2 ponchos. So I left there with like a full-length wool poncho. I'm like, this is who I am now.
This is me now, yeah.
And then you get on the freeway and it all dissipates. As you roll down the window, it all flies out the window.
Flies out the window.
Like, I'm not wearing a poncho to Gelson's to steal potatoes. Actually, a poncho.
Oh, you could fit a lot of potatoes under a poncho. How dare they ask you to lift your poncho? That's illegal, sir.
Sir, I'm sorry. I'm with child.
You're going to be hearing from my lawyer, sir.
And I think that is what Sundance is, and I think that is why this catalog had the success it had. But I am definitely jumping ahead of the game. All right, so you cannot talk about Sundance without talking about Robert Redford. So let's jump into...
They don't make them like that no more.
Girl. Oldest hottie I've ever seen.
Wow, does he get the award for oldest hottie?
I don't know. It's going to be like Cocoon. I'm going to look him up and he'll be like, when he bought his land, he was 32 years old.
Sure, yeah.
Why did he look 58?
People did look older back then.
They loved the sun and cigarettes and the booze.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to start in 1960. In the early 60s, Robert Redford at this time is a television star.
Okay.
He's not a movie star. He's doing things like The Twilight Zone, Alfred Hitchcock.
Fun.
A million. If you look at his IMDb, a million TV shows. He's making a living, but he's not a star. Stars live in Beverly Hills.
Mm-hmm.
Robert Redford is loving the mountains of Utah.
We love that about him.
We really do.
Yes.
In 1961, he falls madly in love with the views that he sees from Mount Timpanogos in Utah. And he would say when he first saw this area that to him, it was home. He just felt very connected to it. And he was able to buy 2 acres of land for about $500 in 1961. And today that's about $5,400. So very reasonable to get 2 acres of land.
Great.
Takes him a couple of years hustling the TV shows to make enough money to build a house. He says he built the house himself with a carpenter and the carpenter's son.
Oh, amazing.
So just these.
I bet they were hot too.
Oh my God. And shirtless 98% of the time.
Super tan.
Yes,
muscular.
Heavy tan line. Like when they bend over, you can see their waist is like Snow White.
Uh-huh, that white crack.
But their abs are Lipton brown. I want to make everything related to the show.
Lipton brown. Okay, the color of a brewed cup of Lipton tea.
Lipton brown.
Yeah.
What have we done that's white? Play-Doh white. His buns are Play-Doh white and his abs are Lipton brown.
Sure. That when I go in for my spray tan, I bring in a cup of Lipton so they know what shade I would like to be.
So 1969, he does a little movie called Butch Cassidy and the Sundance Kid. And this is really just a game changer for him. And I guess for all of us, because it puts him in like this whole new class of Hollywood. He becomes a bona fide movie star. And this is like the days when a movie star was a movie star. He's like flocked by people when he gets out of his car. Everyone wants pictures. Everyone wants autographs. He like can't go out in public as easily. It's that saying that where it's like all the women want to be with him and all the men want to be him. Like I do feel like he's kind of the epitome of that at this time period.
For sure.
Like James Bondy. So this gives him enough money to buy another 6,000 acres of land at this mountain. And that includes a ski area that was once called Temp Haven.
I wonder when we'll get ski area money.
Oh, God.
Hey, the Patreon has really been pumping. I'm thinking about buying a ski area. A mountainside.
I wouldn't mind owning a 6,000 acres in Utah, I guess. If you haven't joined our Patreon, no pressure. We'll take it. Nobody does the storage unit here.
No.
All right. So now he's juggling 2 lives. He's got his Hollywood life and he's got his mountain man life. And now as the mountain man, he does not approach this purchase as a lot of land developers would. So he's being told, you know, you're a movie star now. You need to live like a movie star. You just bought this land. You should be making luxurious hotels. You should be making condos, restaurants. Let's turn it from Temp Haven to Haven for the rich and famous. We'll get everyone out here. You're going to be the king of it. It's going to be great. And he's like, you know what? That's not really what I'm about. And he's like, I do want to develop on the land, but even more so, I want to preserve the land.
Oh, okay.
So I don't want to build grandly. I just want to build sensibly and the things that we need. Here's what's important to me. I'm Robert Redford right now, and you can probably talk to them so high. I love these views. When I look out across the land here, this is how I picture America when it was first coming to be. I want to preserve that so this view is here forever.
Wow.
I want people to always have this view. I don't want to come in here and tear it all down and build what we can find anywhere else.
Wendy's.
The reason I mean, a Wendy's
Your
down
6,000
in
in Utah has maybe a couple Wendy's.
I might have a Wendy's. Might have an Arby's. If I had, I would have a Long John Silver. I would probably...
That would be fun. We should make our perfect towns.
Yeah, we should.
That'd be a fun game.
I feel like ours would be very different, Fisherman's Wife, though Long John Silver's, they fish. Now, the reason he kind of had this mentality, he grew up in L.A. L.A. was his home. He loved L.A. And then after World War II, L.A. just changed so much. It was like when he remembered as a kid, he would talk about L.A. being beautiful and clean, and you can see the mountains in the distance, and there wasn't smog.
The orange groves.
The orange groves.
Yes.
And then the war happens, and then he's like, and then it just got so industrialized, the buildings and skyscrapers coming up, and smog.
Honey, I'm right there with you. Spoiled land.
Okay, they don't know this inside joke. Anytime we go anywhere and she sees a building, she's like, that's spoiled land. You see that over there?
Specifically when we're on a hike looking out at our fair city.
Yeah, but we're in a beautiful mountain that's not spoiled.
It's funny to just go, like, look out at a city of LA and go, like, oh my God, it's so beautiful. And I don't see it. I'm kind of a Robert Redford.
I could see you in the mountains of Utah running a film festival. Yeah, you are Robert Redford.
Hey, if that's where my fisherman husband wants to go, there I shall.
There you shall. So he starts to develop this land the way he sees it. The Temp ski area becomes the Sundance ski resort. Why did he pick Sundance? I mean, obviously, it was the character he played in that movie. It changed his life. It gave him the ability to do these things. And he just truly loved the word. He's like, should I name it Sundance? And then he just couldn't think of anything better. Like you said a minute ago, it's such a perfect word.
Never connected that it was from the movie.
Yeah. So
No,
that is what it is named after.
Cool.
He builds modest facilities for artists and dancers and writers and filmmakers, and he really does make sure to not overwhelm the land. I saw him in an interview, and in that he said, it's better to have a small building with big ideas than a big building with small ideas. And I thought that was a great way to look at this.
That's great.
Tiny little dance studio.
Perfect.
People are making incredible art and magic. You don't need an arena.
Dancers whipping each other in the nose with their toes while they're spinning. Great. That's how you
Dance.
learn and dance.
That's how you dance.
You don't need people always think you need room to dance. You don't.
You don't need room to dance. It's the biggest misconception of dance. Get them in a cramped area and just dance. Son of a gun. I almost said son of a bun.
You son of a bun.
You son of a bun. Merch. We always have to yell merch now so that if we have AI, then we can see your transcripts.
AI can also mean Al, because Al, his name looks like AI.
That's why when I now write AI, I do lowercase I.
Sure.
Because everyone's like, Al did your Insta egg?
It's true for Al or AI. Merch. Son of a bun.
Merch. With a cute picture. All right, so he's built all these buildings, and this becomes known as the Sundance Mountain Resort. So this is like the little area where it's all kind of clustered together. 1981 comes around, and Robert gathers a group of friends and colleagues, and he wants to brainstorm ways on how they can encourage high-quality, independent filmmaking in the United States. And clearly, this is the birth of the Sundance Institute. This is a nonprofit organization. That year, they would invite 10 young filmmakers to Utah for the first Filmmakers Directors Lab. These people would bring their own projects. They would develop their original films. They would be guided by experts and writers and directors. They would get advanced training in editing and storytelling. And that's the beauty of, that's really, I would say, one of the bigger parts of Sundance that a lot of people may not know about. Not only
I didn't know about that.
Like if you make your film and you submit it to Sundance and you get it in and you get a great audience and you have opportunity to sell it, but he's like nurturing these people. He's bringing people in and really showing them how to do the craft. He like celebrates thinking outside of the box or doing things that are unconventional and giving you the people and the tools that you need to do that. And that has just only grown over the last, whatever, 30, 40, 50 years.
Wow.
Now it's year round. It's thousands of people go through this program, and it's just a fantastic thing.
Cool. I didn't know it had this whole like mentorship side to it.
Yeah.
That's cool.
So then in 1985, there's already in Park City a film festival called the U.S. Film Festival. In 1985...
Name not as sexy.
Not as sexy. U.S. Film Festival. I don't mind it. At the time, it's the 80s.
We want Sun Dance.
I can't.
You tried.
I tried. I wanted a yes and. So this is 1985. This is when swatch
Really
is really
pumping.
just.
What was the best swatch of 1985?
Technosphere, obviously.
Oh,
My
great.
favorite swatch of all time came out in 1985. So swatch is thriving. But 1985, the Sundance Institute takes over managing the U.S. Film Festival.
Robert Redford wearing nothing but a swatch.
Where?
You know where.
On his wrist.
On his wrist.
Just not on his ankle.
No.
I don't love-
Do people do ankle watches?
No, but I don't love ankle
Hey,
jewelry.
sorry. Do you have the time? Yeah, 1 second. 3:15. Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Helps with my balance.
You don't like an anklet?
Oh, shit. I gotta spring forward. I don't like ankle jewelry.
That's okay. What about a toe ring?
No. Oh, no. Who wants that? A toe class ring, Jeff. Jeff, look, I'm wearing
That's
your
a
ring.
tiny grad.
That's
a tiny grad with a class ring that would fit on a toe.
Well, a ladies' class ring is like
A ladies' class ring on your big toe.
I didn't say big toe.
Well, that's what
I don't wear this on my thumb.
I don't think a ladies' class ring would fit on your toe.
I
just don't think it would.
We'll set up a...
Maybe if it was like a child genius who graduated early. She's 12.
We're going to have to be like Mythbusters now. One Saturday a month, we'll have to gather things that we don't know if they could be true.
It's questions nobody has asked. Can a class ring fit on a toe? We put our heads together to figure it out.
We head down to Mississippi to answer that question.
We're getting on a plane.
Yes.
Okay.
Where else are we going to find a toe? All right, so 1991, they rebranded, and that is when it officially gets called the Sundance Film Festival. And it's a whole mission to bring attention to independent American filmmakers. And this was something else like the resort that Robert Redford thought he could keep relatively small.
Sure.
A cute little Park City Film Festival.
Sure.
Show a few films. Clearly, that didn't happen. It blew up. It's now a worldwide sensation. Some of the standout films that made their way through there: Sex, Lies, and Videotape, loved it. Reservoir Dogs, didn't see it. Blair Witch, one of my favorites. Little Miss Sunshine, thumbs up. Get Out, didn't see it. And Hedwig the Angry Inch, loved it.
Fantastic.
Bringing out directors who were relatively unknown, like Quentin Tarantino, Steven Soderbergh, Paul Thomas Anderson, Christopher Nolan.
Excuse me.
Hello.
Heard of him.
Wes Anderson and the Coen brothers. Of
So
course,
cool.
among
Amazing.
many others. But
What
I
a
didn't
list.
realize that many people were really launched there.
I didn't realize that either. That's really cool. I will say the one time when I went, it did feel this was probably like 2005. The corporate demons have woven into the system as they always do. I remember like a lot of like big like marketing material, like energy drink things in like big buckets of energy drinks on ice in like branded coolers, things like that.
Why is it always Monster or Red Bull that like
Yes.
worms their way into anything? It's
You're looking at the pristine landscape of Utah.
Utah.
You're seeing the snow and the cute buildings and everything. And then it's like, is there anything uglier than a Monster energy drink?
Even their logo, I hate. It's so
heinous.
jaggedy. It's like
so
a jaggedy little pitchfork.
I'm worried I'm going to hurt my finger when I pick up a can.
I won't pick up a
it's
can
so sharp.
without gloves or tongs.
That's right.
Now, Red Bull, I do like their advertising. Red Bull gives you wings. Those drawings are super cute.
Yeah, it's more classic.
But
But as far as like his vision, it does, of course, everything evolves over the years and gets more pumped with money and
yes,
blah, blah,
of
blah.
course. And more people weasel away. And I'm giving lists that take place much more currently than when this is originally happening in 91. So the Sex, Lies, and Videotape, I do think is from around 1990.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
All right, so now we've got the Institute, we've got the resort, we've got the film festival. You got a lot of people buzzing around Sundance all the time. When you got a lot of people coming in from out of town, buzzing around, what do you need?
Bathrooms.
Bathrooms, of course.
Okay. Chairs.
Yeah, because everyone wants to sit.
Okay. Pillows, beds.
Of course, if anyone wants
Lodging?
to sleep, you're going to need
Sure.
that.
Food.
Definitely. A store. A central store.
Yes.
Maybe a place to buy local art or buy maybe Sundance merchandise to remember the trip.
Great.
So in Sundance Village, you have the general store. It's rustic, it's curated with delicious collections of items with roots firmly planted in the American West. It has clothing, it has jewelry, it has Sundance merch. It's got home goods, it's got gifts. And it's blending the art of Native Americans and Western craftspeople with examples from other Native cultures around the world. It's basically like a condensed, shoppable version of the Sundance aesthetic. And that aesthetic is pretty much crafted by Robert himself. He's definitely the one that like seeded this whole look because he really loved art. And he didn't just like it when he was in school. That is what he studied. He thought he would be an artist, thought he'd be a drawer. He loved to draw and do all of that. And then he had a professor that gave him a critique and didn't like one of his pieces and told him that he was disappointed in him.
Oh my gosh, how rude.
Robert's only 19 at the time.
Imagine?
Hotter than ever.
I mean.
A 19-year-old Robert Redford.
Do you think that maybe he said, I'm disappointed that we're not married? And then maybe he just heard I'm disappointed and thought it was about the art.
Do you think he was like, I'm disappointed that you're wearing that watch on your wrist?
Yes. I think it was a miscommunication.
Well, it really rattled Robert's ego and he dips. He's like, I'm done with art. Dip. I always forget to do the peace sign. I just do like I'm scooping cheese out of a queso bowl.
This is how you scoop cheese out of a queso bowl?
2-finger queso dip.
Okay, that's a personal dip. That's just for you.
Who needs a chip when you got fingers to dip? Merch.
Who needs a chip when you've got fingers to dip?
Merch.
Merch. I don't even see. Yeah.
Put it on a chip bowl.
Sure.
Merch. All right. So he dips and he's like, you know what? Maybe I'll try acting. But while he's doing that, remember, he's doing TV shows for a long time. He's like, this is what I want to do. In the back of his mind, he still had dreams of being an artist. Eventually, you get bigger films. And he's like, you know what? This is obviously the path I'm meant to be on. Providing the life that I want. He gave up his dreams of becoming an artist, but still appreciated art and became a collector of art, especially Native American art. It filled his home. It filled Sundance. It filled the general store. It was what the vibe was. And people loved it. People would pop in. They would look around. I love these turquoise earrings. Oh my God. Look at these. Look at that.
You would be decked up tip to tail in merch.
Tip to tail. Actually, I don't. Honestly, I personally, no offense, I don't know if I love the Sundance logo.
Oh, okay.
I don't know that I feel like, here's what I think about Sundance merch. I feel like it's going to be small Sundance on like the pocket. I like a big graphic, so I don't know that I'm going to love it. But
we've heard you say that before, and then you've come around.
But definitely, nothing I say is set in stone. But I'm sure I would love all the other things. I mean, I of course haven't been there. You've walked past it and probably didn't even know. But I picture it being like a rustic museum gift shop. Like, I'm sure I would love it.
Yes.
So people would come in and then they would dip and then they would keep thinking about these things that they saw in the store.
And they're like, honey, should we have gotten that rain stick? Well, I told you could get it if you want to. I know, but I just didn't know how I was going to get it back in my bags. We have a flight. It's like, where am I going to have to check a bag for a rain stick? That feels crazy.
I mean, they had the 2-foot one, but between you and me, I wanted that 6-footer. I want to lean it up in the corner.
I want to hear rain for a long time.
I want to hear rain at least for 24 seconds. I've always wanted a rain stick.
Rain sticks are awesome.
Didgeridoo.
Okay. If anybody has one to offload, Jon is ready and waiting.
Large rain stick, large didgeridoo. So then they would get home, and so they're having that conversation. You know, we should have gotten that 6-foot rain stick.
Yeah, we should have.
He's like, well, why don't you write them and tell them that you're interested in it?
Dear Rob, Mr. Redford.
Just wanted to say, I had such a great time at Sundance. Can't stop thinking about your hotness and that rain stick. Is there any way I could get that? So Robert has one of what I assume over his lifetime was many aha moments. He calls a meeting to discuss how to sell the Sundance experience beyond the general store.
Oh, okay.
And there is a consensus in the room that the best way to do that would be mail order catalog.
We didn't know how good we had it with mail order catalogs.
We really didn't. I mean, I think
God.
I did. I feel like, yeah.
No, because people would get mad when they got them. They'd be like, oh, and more catalogs.
Another catalog.
Are you
I
kidding?
loved getting the Sundance catalog. And the Pottery Barn one. And Martha Stewart. I liked them all.
I've never met a catalog. I mean, if I get a catalog, like a Zingerman's catalog, I read it cover to cover.
You read the Zingerman's catalog cover to cover?
I do.
Wow.
I do.
I do like looking at the pictures. They're kind of like Trader Joe's where they have like drawings. Cute
Yeah,
little
they have a
drawings.
really specific hand-drawn style.
So they decide this is the route that we need to go. Let's do a catalog. It should be a natural extension of what they're already doing at Sundance. I think both physically, like similar or the same items that people are seeing there, but also emotionally. People come here and they get a connection. Let's ingrain that in what we're trying to do.
Maybe have a little bit of blurb about like the mountains.
Like
or
the Peterman's catalog.
Exactly.
Like, I was walking through across the bridge. God, I see Robert do these like interviews at Sundance, and he's always walking over a
little
rusted
footbridge?
bridge over a babbling creek.
Amazing.
I want to be there so bad.
The dream.
And like the store, they would find and work with different artists to create pieces that would fit with that whole aesthetic. And that would allow people to discover artists that they probably never would have. And it just opens everything up to a wider public. So to create the catalog, they pulled together 4 employees.
Oh, wow.
4 people.
The dream team.
The dream team. The
Sun Squad.
That's good. I was trying to think of something with catalog.
Dancing Divas.
No, I don't even know if I like Sun Squad. Not merch. Undo. So they got 4 people, and then I love this. Where do they set up shop?
Where?
In the old Sundance Village firehouse.
Oh.
I mean, talk about high
Hottie
ceilings.
Patrol.
The ghost of the hot fireman. Did I ever tell you the story? Not to go off topic. I worked on a documentary for Lucasfilm, and I got to stay at Skywalker Ranch. And I think I may have told this.
I can't remember.
The resort I was staying in, the Skywalker Ranch was so remote that the city of Marin required him to have his own fire department. So there was little fire trucks that said Skywalker Ranch on them with hot firemen on it. And I was staying when I was there.
How not busy are those guys?
I mean, I tried to make them busy. I'm staying in this little resort by myself. And one night I get up and go to there's a common kitchen and getting granola or something or whatever. And one of the firemen just came in to get something to drink. And it was just like me and my fluttering heart. And it's like,
do you want some granola?
It's like all porny, like nice hose.
Are you busy? Do you want to be?
Can you put me out? I don't know. All right. So in the fall of 1989, the Sundance Catalog is officially launched. They sent it out to a small group of general store customers and friends. About 250,000 copies go out.
Wow.
In the first catalog, Robert wrote the following to put in the front page. In 1969, we founded Sundance. The next year, the general store was established. In the beginning, for us, there was no end. Now, it's hard to remember the beginning. One of the more insane journeys any business could make. We built things we shouldn't have, tried things that were beyond us, and planned things that were merely impossible. But happily, it turned out, and along the way, there have been many varied and exciting moments. Today, 20 years later, we're celebrating that spirit with the first edition of the Sundance Catalog. Our general store established relationships with many special artists from across the U.S. This catalog offers the kinds of things that we have been privileged to collect, many of them handcrafted exclusively for Sundance. When you purchase something from this catalog, we appreciate the fact that the prime reason is enjoyment for yourself. But you are also supporting American craftspeople and efforts to enhance and preserve the environment. There is richness and diversity still in the American experience. I hope you enjoy the collection, Robert Redford.
Wow.
I mean,
beautiful.
Come on.
Come
He's
on.
sitting at a big pine desk writing that, like an eagle probably sitting on the branch outside the window. Just perfection. And are there any better words than exclusively for Sundance?
No.
I live for shopping in a store that has, even if it's a class, something that is, I know, only available through them.
Sure.
Even if it's just the colorway, something
yeah.
about it, I just like it to be exclusive. So they have that going for them. So what makes the catalog different than any other catalog people could get at the time? Basically, like I've said a million times, it opened up the Sundance aesthetic to a much wider audience. And unlike other lifestyle brands, I would say Martha Stewart, her magazine starts the following year in 1990.
Wow. Great time for the mailbox this era.
I mean, are you kidding me? Sundance and Martha Stewart coming out within a year of each
When
other.
was the last time you checked your mail?
A couple days ago.
Okay.
Because I have Taylor stuff coming in, so I have to. That will get me out there. But what makes their lifestyle brand different, at the time at least, is it was based on a place, like on an actual location.
Yes.
Like I think Martha Stewart, her aesthetic is about like the perfect home, and it definitely has a very thought out branded profile. But it's not specifically about her home in Connecticut or any of her specific places.
Bedford.
And Sundance is Sundance.
Great. Yeah. So even if you've never been, it's a way to connect you to this real place.
Yeah. And it also gave us that thing that I also personally love where it allows you to buy things that you don't necessarily need, knowing that at least part of your purchase is going to a good cause.
A good cause, sure.
So they had percentage of the sale supporting the Sundance Institute, which is helping educate artists. They supported efforts to enhance and preserve the environment. They donated a significant amount of money and merchandise to different nonprofits that provided art education. They provided clothes to people that were in disasters or homeless or had mental illness. And they just did a lot of really good things. So. And I'm sure back in the day that was definitely happening. Who knows as time went on? I know things change and percentages change, but I do feel like you could really buy from there and feel like you're getting something unique and it's...
Sure. It's like with you giving blood. You know, you're doing a good thing. Sweeten the deal with a little swaggeroo.
I'm not going to not take the shirt. My ex-girlfriend, Marcia, is like so like happy that I'm giving blood. She's like, I mean, you don't need the shirt. Like you didn't get the one you want, but helping people should be the greatest. It's like, yeah, it is, but I can do both.
You can do both.
It's like, give me a break.
Yeah, we were walking the other day at the pumpkin thing, and you were like, my doctor was like, yeah, that's so great that you just gave blood just to do it. And we were like 20 feet away and we were laughing. We were like, just to do it. Just to do it.
Look, I'm going to do blood again, and I will no longer get that T-shirt.
There you go,
so
yeah.
I will do it just to do it.
The need is still there, sure. But I know what you mean. It helps you justify getting your $200 geode if you're like, well, it's for a good cause.
Right.
Okay.
I'm gonna feed someone that needs a sandwich.
Sure.
Now, of course, there's naysayers when anything new is launching, and he definitely had people that were pushing back, and they're like, this is too niche. Like, how many
rain sticks does the world need?
Exactly.
Yes.
How many crystal wire earrings are you going to be able to sell?
Great.
What are you doing? You're out of your mind.
Yes.
So let's see how it plays out. The first mailing of the Sundance Catalog yielded a higher than average response rate.
Interesting. Okay.
That sounds positive.
Great.
The second mailing landed them $400,000 in debt.
Oh.
Not great.
Not great. Hazinga? Are we calling it a Hazinga? Okay.
Growing pains.
Sure.
Figuring it out.
Sure.
Now, in 1990, that's just the following year, they had about $6 million in sales. Thumbs up.
Great.
1 year later, that has doubled to $12 million in sales.
Oh, my goodness.
Fantastic.
This is a lot of dream catchers.
A lot of dream catchers are full of coins. Just 2 years later, they double that money again. They're at $23 million in sales. And now they're sending out, if you remember, they started out with 250,000 circulation. It's now going out to 9 million people.
Oh my gosh.
Fantastic. 1994, they open an outlet store.
Oh, okay.
Who doesn't want that?
Sure.
Who does that? Now that's where I shine.
Yes.
Should I drive 6 hours to go see if I can get a slightly damaged dream catcher?
Well, maybe a couple of the strings are missing. Let's just say a few dreams are going to slip through.
A rain stick that makes no noise. It's a clear day that day. So they're doing well. And in 1994, I was very surprised by this. They launched the Sundance website. Do you know how early that is?
Wow, that is early.
That is one of the first stores to have. It is so early that the Wayback Machine doesn't go back that way.
Wow.
It starts in 96.
The Sundance website was the first page on the internet.
1-800-Flowers, I think it's listed as the first on something.
Okay.
I think that one gets credit for first somewhere, but it is very early
close.
in 94. Wow. I don't even think I was using the internet to shop until like 99.
That's crazy.
So they really had their finger on that pulse, which is so interesting when a place that I do think, and I don't even talk about this in the show, but like we've got this place in Utah, this like niche little mountain town. We're going to do a little dance thing here and this and that. But we're also titans of tech, and we're going to build a website.
It feels off-brand for them to be pushing into tech that early because it does feel like they're all about remote and being in touch with the land and maybe rejecting technology in favor.
But maybe not, because I could see
connection.
Robert. I mean, he's like a filmmaker, and I'm sure filmmakers are always usually looking for advancements in film and how to have the most cutting edge. I could see that meeting where he pulls in like 6 people, and he's like, I'm hearing this stuff about, I saw Katie Couric asking what the internet was online, and they said maybe that's the future.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, and then that go-getter who's only been there for like 2 years, is like, you know what? My cousin works at whatever, and
Ask Jeeves.
My cousin Jeeves has a question. Jeeves?
He has a startup he's working on where people get answers on the internet. Let me ask if he can give us any advice on how to sell our ponchos on the computer. That might be how it went.
Ask Jeeves would have been a great dead brand. I bet half the people listening don't even know what Ask Jeeves are.
Yeah, maybe not. That was my preferred search engine for a long time.
I only really used it. I feel like I just used it as a joke. You know what it feels like? Early AI. Because you have to phrase it in a way like, Jeeves, I want to how late is the Pottery Barn open?
That's
it's
true.
like, what? Now you just type in Pottery Barn, it'll just tell you that.
Yeah.
So everything is going really well. They have solidified the Sundance vibe outside of Utah. In the first 4 years they're in business, they had to move the offices 3 times, each time to a larger space.
Wow.
Brent Beck, who was the vice president of merchandising at the time, said a big part of why we were so successful was how naive we were. We were a little daring, and we pushed the envelope not knowing we were pushing it as far as we were. They just kind of didn't. They figured it out as they went and was successful because of that. Jewelry becomes a big hit. Furniture becomes popular, but it's tricky. Would have never thought of this, but shipping large furniture was not something really done by catalogs in the early 90s. So even though that would become very commonplace, they literally had to suppress that and wait for the technology to catch up for them to easily be able to send large pieces of furniture.
I am such a shipping snob now. You could order a 400-pound couch and you're like, send it to me for free.
Yeah.
If I see shipping on something like a big item that's like $150, I'm like, no, I'm going to buy it somewhere else. The snobbery in shipping now is unheard of.
I remember back in the day, because I worked at Pottery Barn, and Pottery Barn, you could buy your couch, then you have sales tax, then you have a shipping fee, and then there would be a furniture fee, a whole other thing to bring the couch in and take off the package, white glove, and then it was you're buying an $800 couch, it's setting you back $3,000.
Yeah.
No thanks. I'll get one out of the trash.
I'll forge my own from found artifacts.
No, I'm not taking street furniture. I'm always so scared that I'll take a nap on it and then wake up covered in bugs.
I mean, the bed and sofa. I didn't realize it was the bed until I had been sleeping on it for months and months when I first moved in with David that it was a street bed, a street mattress. And I found out month 4 of sleeping on it. Mysterious stains, yellow splotches.
Mysterious stains.
Mysterious bug bites.
That sounds like a 90. Oh, God. Did you ever get anything?
We fortunately never got bed
bugs.
bugs.
Did he clean it?
I of course not. But then as soon as I found out, I was like, this is getting the hell out of here. We're going to IKEA today.
I would die.
Yeah,
it would be, when I'm laying in bed and find out that I've been sleeping on a bed for 3 months, it would be that camera move. I'm sure that Robert Redford did, where it's pushes in on me, but the
zooming
background
out at the same
pushes,
time.
it's my whole world starts spinning.
Absolutely. That's what it felt like. Everything went upside down.
Oh, dear. All right. Well, after the third move, the company tried to control, this seemed insane to me. They tried to control their growth by limiting the catalog circulation.
Oh.
So they're sending it out to less people so that they can maintain what they're able to do. They said the reason for that was they were not able to find employees to keep up with the demand.
Wow.
That seems also kind of weird and crazy. It's like, I don't know. I feel like, what?
The demand is too high. So you have to limit how many people can buy your products.
Hire more people.
Hire more people.
I don't know. Something seemed a little sus about that.
If you worked there, let us know the real tea.
Yeah, if you worked at Sundance in 1995 in the catalog department,
What really went
call
down?
our hotline. 1-800-ON-BRAND.
Okay, that's a good sounding phone number.
But holding back growth isn't something that makes sense to do for a long time. By the mid-1990s, sales are growing, and they decided to add more. They're cutting back on circulation, but they're adding more pages to the catalog. So they can show people more of what they're wanting, like apparel. And then in 94, 95, their sales report showed a couple of interesting things. One, jewelry buyers were less likely to make significant purchases from other categories in the catalog.
Interesting. They were just there for the jewelry.
Just there for the jewelry.
Turquoise, chunky, silver. Yes.
Absolutely. The mountain pearl choker. The second thing they found out is with the amount of sales in the jewelry catalog, jewelry could work as its own catalog.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Did you subscribe to the jewelry catalog?
Actually, it probably just came to me. Actually, I did have a whole thing in here about how they got their subscription list, but I had to go through and chop a bunch of things yesterday to get it down to 7 pages. And I didn't totally understand it, but they do have like brokers. They have like mailing list brokers that help get put your list together of people that they think you'll have the best chance of. It's a pretty interesting thing. But
that's still around because we've used it for our business.
Patches, yeah.
You get like a lead list.
I think that would be an interesting mini episode to learn about.
Dive into the seedy world of lead salespeople.
Seedy world of subscriptions.
There you go.
There's your YouTube title.
Okay.
All right. So it's 1996. And this is a time when I can only imagine what James Cameron is going through to get.
Wait, what month in 1996? Do we know?
I don't know.
Okay. Because November, was it November 1997?
It was December 19th, 1997.
So there you go.
Titanic was released. But listen, I know you may be thinking, John, it's only 1996. He's got plenty of time. I've worked on a major motion picture, 2 of them.
Yes.
A year is not a lot of time.
Nope.
Especially when you're creating one of the greatest films of all time.
Absolutely.
So Jim is running around like frantic, trying, you know what? And then I had this is the most random thing I thought about yesterday when I was putting this episode together. Because it was like I wrote something, I was like, oh, we'll probably make a joke about if I had a time machine, I would go back to this and this. And then I was like, if I had a time machine and I went back to 1911 or 12 and prevented the Titanic from sinking, would Kate Winslet be famous? Would she?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think we can mess with time because of that.
I don't think
it's worth it.
I can only go back up until after April 15th, 1912.
It's not worth the risk. Sure, you would save several thousand people, but we could risk losing one of the greatest actresses of all time.
And one of our longest running jokes.
One of our longest listening fans.
The death of thousands of people has become one of our longest running jokes.
You go.
There you go.
Oh.
All right. So while James Cameron is dealing with all of that, Sundance decided to launch the Sundance Channel on television. As we remember, let's have another avenue to show off our brand.
Premium cable package.
But they also decide to launch a second catalog simply called Jewelry.
Great.
It had its own look to appeal to those specific customers because they didn't like Sundance enough for it to look like that. They wanted it to be a little bit different.
Funny, I'm just thinking of this lady. She's like, I hate rain sticks. I hate ponchos. I hate all this other shit they're selling. I'm only here for the jewelry. So like you almost had to trick them into thinking it was a totally different brand so they didn't get
They make it seem like she's
off.
like that woman's looking through the catalog and she's like covering half of the page with her hand because she doesn't want to see like that.
Again, if you worked there, please tell us because I'm dying for the facts.
We gotta know. So this magazine has a different look. It's lighter. It's airier. It has an ethereal feel to it.
Sure.
It is a heavy focus on jewelry, but but they do have other accessories and shoes. It's kind of the opposite of the Sundance catalog.
The target demographic has a long gray braid. I'm confident in that.
That was almost what they called it, the long gray braid. It was a braid-shaped magazine.
That would have been very effective.
That would be unusual. It's like hanging out 3 feet from your mailbox. Oh, what is that?
Is the magazine,
Mom!
is the catalog the braid or is it hair?
It just looks like hair.
Okay.
You're not actually getting like a human hair ponytail, though it is Sundance, maybe for a special edition, the 10th anniversary. There's only a small reference to Sundance on the masthead. There is no editorial by Robert Redford. In the inaugural edition of the jewelry catalog, it's dedicated to the artistry and beauty of jewelry making. It showcases artisans and their craft from all over the world. It quickly attracts a loyal customer base and becomes known for their unique and timeless jewelry. I gotta like squint my face a little bit at timeless because I feel like I see some of those.
time.
It's like a toad ring, like with a ruby in his mouth. I don't know that everything was timeless.
Is that an heirloom? Are you going to be passing that down to your great-great-grandchildren? It's no class ring from Jeff, I'll tell you that much.
Jeff. You know, he graduated from Staten Island Tech.
Yeah.
1995.
Smarty
1995! 1995! The year before this! We gotta add that
Think
to
of
the
it.
timeline.
Jeff is 17 as the jewelry catalog is coming out.
Jeff has just gotten this ring in the mail as Sundance.
It could have been in the same mailbox.
Did he get it from this Did he get it from the jewelry magazine?
I mean, it could have been in his mailbox, his family mailbox. That ring in a box on top of a Sundance catalog.
I'm gonna pass out.
Wow. Jeff,
Wow.
you have to tell us if your family subscribed to this catalog.
Jeff, please reach out and tell us if all of our fantasies are true. All right, so that is all in 96. 99, you know what they're like?
What?
We need another magazine. We need another magazine.
We don't even have one magazine.
We need another magazine.
Okay, let's do it.
The film industry is bringing in a younger, hipper, 20-something crowd that is being reflected at the Sundance Film Festival. So Sundance is like, we need a magazine for younger, hipper people. Because like us, Bobby, we're young and hip.
Yeah, it doesn't really scream young and hip, this Sundance crowd.
Well, maybe that's why, instead of Robert Redford spearheading this, Shauna Redford spearheads it. His daughter. And in my head, I was like, oh, that's so cute. She's like 20. I looked at it. She's like 37 here.
Okay,
but that's okay. But she's still like, the ideal demographic for this magazine is like 20 to 45.
Sure, I don't know if she's quite getting jiggy with it, as kids of that era would say.
I'm not sure she's doing the Macarena. She's probably not watching Friends. She's watching 60 Minutes.
That's definitely true, yeah.
They spent 2 years developing the concept for this catalog. Now, Sundance...
What they sell, like skateboards?
No, it's like the same, but it's not. Sundance, named after Sundance character. This magazine is called Rural Route 3, named after the main road through Sundance Resort.
There you go. Nice.
Branding.
Perfect.
I love it.
Synergy.
The challenge here, fit into the Sundance branding, but not look like the original because this group of consumers weren't into that look. They don't want to feel like they're shopping in their mom's catalog.
Okay. Interesting.
August 1999, they dropped the first book. It's 48 pages, goes out to 700,000 people, looks nothing like Sundance. The clothes and the look are more chic and cutting edge and playful and fun. They do photography that's a little splashier.
Okay.
I'm picturing a shoulder. They're not as concerned with capturing the natural beauty of Sundance, but capturing how people look and feel when they're at Sundance.
Great.
So it's kind of like it's like this is in the universe of Sundance.
Sure.
And I kind of like that. The pictures are less focused on a product, and you look at the picture and there's like 9 products in it. It's like the dress, it's the
like,
jewelry, the
zoom
hat.
in on her belly button ring.
Yes, it's
There you
all
go.
of it there. So that's what they're doing with that.
Interesting. Did it work? I wouldn't fall for that.
You know, I didn't research a bunch on when it went away. I don't think it lasted forever. I don't think it definitely was not there till the end. But in 2000, 2000.
2000.
Napster's still alive.
The last great year.
The last great year. There's your merch. 2000, the last great year.
Do you think Y2K did happen and we're living in like an alternate reality?
I'm the Matrix?
Yeah.
I couldn't think of his character name.
Yeah, his name is the Matrix.
Cleo? What's his name?
Cleo the Matrix.
Cleo
That's
the
his
Matrix?
name. Yep.
By 2000, they have 3 catalogs. They've grown from 4 employees to 230.
Okay, so they did get some people to show up to work.
Their main catalog has gone from 250,000 circulation to 16 million.
This is crazy.
So what does Robert Redford do?
Take a break.
Sell it.
Oh, smart.
Sell it.
Yep.
In 2002, Robert Redford sells his controlling 50% share of the business to Bruce Willard, the CEO of Sundance.
Great.
2 years later, Redford and Willard sell the entire company to ACI Capital and Webster Capital.
Oh, yes.
At the time, the company is valued between $20 million and $40 million.
Wow.
It said Redford retained a small, in quotes, why is that in quotes?
Sarcastic.
Small share in the company. And I assume maybe because they still use the image or something, I assume there's some legal reason for that. 2005, they bring in Stephen Gordon.
Oh, okay. What's he all about?
What is he all about?
Yeah, what's he all about?
What's Stephen Gordon all about?
Yeah, what's his deal?
What's Stephen Gordon's deal? That's what you're asking me, Marissa?
Yeah.
Oh, I don't know. Maybe he just founded Restoration Hardware. Pull over. Restoration Hardware.
This is one of those moments where I'm like, our podcast is for like 4 people. Like people feels very, very niche. It makes me so happy to hear that. And I'm like, is it just you, me, and like 2 other people?
Rob and Vivcy.
Yeah.
No, I do. That's what I love about our podcast. And now that we have Patreon and Discord and Instagram and talking to people, is I know that it's more than 4 people.
Okay, great.
It's like 7.
Okay, great.
So yeah, this bitch started Restoration Hardware when Restoration was good. When Restoration had fun Christmas items.
I mean, talk about an apothecary cabinet. Forget about it.
Now that place is like, it's like, you know what Restoration Hardware is?
What?
You know exactly what Restoration Hardware is?
What?
Kim Kardashian.
Yes.
Episode 1, Kim Kardashian is working in a thrift store. And now she's an alien that doesn't look, she's like a Bjork video. Like she looks like a hologram that you can't touch her.
That's very true.
They are the same.
They're the same.
Restoration
yeah.
Hardware is Kim Kardashian merch. There you go. Now, this guy knows what he's doing. Not only did he found Restoration Hardware, he steered that ship for 20 years.
Amazing.
He comes in
Icon.
Within 2 years, there's a 60% increase in revenue over the previous 3 years since he had started. He opens the first Sundance store in Denver, Colorado, plans to open 20 more in 4 years.
Great.
That's what he's about. Perfect choice. Great. And I did think of something that I thought, for me, talk about maybe this is only for 4 people, was interesting. Sundance Catalog started as a general store. They turned that store into a catalog. They've now turned that catalog into a store.
Wow.
Like, what is that?
What is that?
What is that all about?
Crazy.
I found that neat.
Interesting.
The stores are beautiful. They integrate work of individual artists and artisans. They use recycled woods, and it's rustic and contemporary. We actually had one in Cincinnati at the Kenwood Town Center.
Really? I was going to say this feels almost like a mall store.
Several of them are freestanding,
Okay.
kind of in like a palm desert shopping area where it's
Okay.
like it's outdoor shopping and you have individual buildings.
You got like a White House black market.
Exactly.
Sure, okay.
And you've got the Sundance store.
Sure. Did they have the colored pencils that looked like twigs?
No, you're thinking of the Nature Company.
Yes. My bad. Yeah.
Good Dead Brand.
Really
Next
good
week
Dead
on Brand, the Nature Company. I love the Nature Company. Pulpy paper and
There's
twig
overlap
pencils.
for sure. Feels
Yeah.
like some overlap.
I'm sure the Nature Company CEO stopped by and
Did a little
pitched something.
in disguise, snooped around the Sundance
He
tour
takes
for
like the
inspiration.
twig pencil and makes a little mustache and a little soul patch or whatever that's called.
There you go.
Very fun, quick side note on the mall that the Sundance store was in Cincinnati, the Kenwood Town Center. I was banned from in high school for shoplifting makeup that I stole in my trench coat.
Oh, wow. You
And I
might be
blamed
on a list for your potato theft.
I know. I'm on a lot of, and my Lego hair. I'm the world's like smallest like thief. Now as an adult, all my items that I've stolen add up to like $18.
There you go. You do it for the thrill. It's not about the money. You're like Winona Ryder. It's about the thrill.
I'm palming a Lego hair. Around the same time, Sundance is going out and they're like scouting for artists. They're going to art shows. They're like actively looking for people. There was an interview recently from an artist that was found that way around 2010. And she said it was such a big deal having your work in the catalog. It legitimized you as a business person and as an artist. They were always the gold standard of who every small artist wanted to work with. They were super communicative, super loyal, and paid on time. So, rave reviews from the artist.
Great.
2012.
Uh-oh. Okay.
What have become my 3 least favorite words when we do these shows now.
Okay.
Private equity firm.
Oh, shoot.
I hate these things.
Yeah, I still don't understand
They
what they
seem
are.
soulless.
Yes.
They have a lot of money. They come in, private equity firm, Brentwood Associates, purchases a majority stake in Sundance Holding Group. And then you get to all the names. It's like Sundance Holding Group.
What is
it's
that?
Like,
What is that? Yeah.
At this point, it's valued at $150 million. They come in with huge goals. They want to get sales up to $500 million. They're hoping to open 150 stores. They want to extend the Sundance brand to a national retail chain.
Wow.
They want it to be like Gap.
They want it to be across from the Nature Company in the big mall.
Exactly.
Yes.
They
Okay.
want it to be one of the
Sure.
big guys. Those goals were never fully realized, though. And I have to tell you, Marisa Pingdon, when we get to 2025, the year that is this,
Yes.
pure chaos.
What happens?
2025, artists start posting videos on social media, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, about the decline of the brand. They're taking longer to pay bills, sometimes not paying bills at all.
Okay.
Something I learned about retail doing this episode, with a brand like Sundance, they will often ask artists for samples. They will hold on to those samples. They may have a collection of an artist's samples for a long time and eventually be like, okay, so this ring you gave us, we want to order 8,000 of these.
That makes sense,
We've had it
yeah.
for 8 years, but
Sure.
now we're ready for it. Now that artists are getting concerned, they're asking for their samples back. Sundance is just saying no. We're just keeping them.
Oh.
That's a big deal.
Okay.
They are now, I saw a video of one of the artists, they straight up stole one of her ideas and just
Reproduced it on their own.
Reproduced it and made it on their own.
Wow.
Didn't give her
Wow.
credit. She
That's
didn't
a
get
huge
paid
problem
for it.
these days is artists getting ripped off and then their work is just being reproduced.
Well, that's what happens when you go from haughty Robert Redford to
naughty corporate entity,
private equity firm. It is estimated that earlier this year, Sundance owed artists over $2.5 million.
That's also not a good look on an organization whose bedrock was supporting artists.
Of course
Artists
not.
famously like the most financially unstable of any sector.
Of course not.
Yeah, we want them to be well paid.
Yeah, that's what this home was built on.
That's right.
May 17, 2025. Sandwich, Massachusetts. What a cute name.
Cute.
I would love to go to Sandwich.
That sounds great.
Sandwich, Massachusetts has a grand reopening celebration for a new and larger store next to one that already existed. So
Okay.
in May, they're opening a huge new Sundance.
They're doing great.
June 25, they go into liquidation to sell all of its assets to try to pay off this massive
Oh,
debt
I
that
bet there
they've
were
had.
some really good deals to be had.
No, trust me, I was looking the whole time. July 2025, creditors filed an involuntary bankruptcy petition to try to force Sundance into bankruptcy.
Wow.
This is something that you can do before a brand or before a company has the opportunity to file for bankruptcy. You can do a petition to force them to try to get your money back. in court filings, Sundance was like, look, we've already hired a liquidation firm. Why would we go into bankruptcy? We're already shutting this down. And they said that it had to be done because of economic distress and they are unable to secure financing or a buyer for the company.
There you go.
Later in July 2025, liquidation signs go up at all the stores, including the one that opened 2 months ago.
Wow.
They email customers, including myself, saying that they're having a closing sale online and in store. Media headlines start popping up, announcing the closing of Sundance. And on September 13th, just 4 days after my birthday.
Unreal.
Literally, not even a month ago.
No, not even a month ago.
Less than 1 month ago,
Wow.
Sundance Living, which was the new name it had recently changed to, closed its doors and website for the last time. September 16, 2025. 3 days later, Robert Redford died. Cue the Sundays. Here's where the story ends.
Oh, no.
I mean, goosebumps. Like, what a complete, like, circle. Like,
Wow.
he wasn't even associated with a lot of these things at this point. He, had been ill for a while. But
Sure.
just like that, it's like when Carrie Fisher died and her mom died the next day. Like, there's something, no part of me thinks that he passed away because of Sundance closing.
But it does feel as there's something
There's
circular
something
about that, for
there
sure.
about
Yeah.
that, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to do this episode.
Wow. It's an homage to him and his legacy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I came across an article after when they were closing or after they closed where the reporter said, and I kind of had to agree with this, even though I just did this episode and I talked about their acclaim and everything. Why did they close? And he said, the brand name just isn't that well known. And even stores at popular locations don't generate enough interest or foot traffic. And I think that's true. It is like they did cool things and they did great things, but they're not on the tip of most people's tongue.
Yeah.
Most people aren't like, oh, and by the way, when they closed, they only had like 16 stores. They never like became like, they're not, obviously not even in every state.
Sure. Yeah. So they just missed the mark on that visibility.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On that goal that private equity firm was hoping to do in 12 and really make them like a name brand name.
Hazinga.
Zinga.
For sure.
2 quick fun facts, and then I'm going to wrap this show up. Robert Redford, whenever he would go out wearing an item from the catalog, sales spiked.
Oh,
Original influencer.
great.
Okay.
Paparazzi shot with this big old belt buckle.
Love it.
Love it.
Cowboy hat, tipping it.
Great.
I will say, as he did get considerably older, not so hot.
Okay.
Not so hot.
So you still stand by your original theory that old people can't be hot. Sure.
I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That's an observation. Last fun fact, if you have not heard, the Sundance Film Festival is leaving Park City.
I haven't heard that.
This has been going on for a few years. There's been several candidates that got narrowed down to like 3 candidates of where the new Sundance would be. And up until not that long ago, Cincinnati was in the running, and we were like really, really rooting for that to happen.
Wow.
It did not. They lost to Boulder, Colorado, and the first film festival in its new home will be taking place in 2027.
So it's not going to rotate around. It's just they're making
It's
Boulder
just
the new
moving to
permanent.
Boulder.
Wow. Okay. Wow. There you go.
There you go. Another dead brand.
Wow.
Another story that you may not have known, but I hope you found it interesting like I did. And there you go. So now that you've heard the story, you didn't know the catalog, but you're a catalog queen. Putting aside the fact that they're dead, let's say in their heyday, would Sundance Catalog be on brand or off brand for you?
If this was hitting my mailbox at age 13, I would have kept it in my bedroom and looked at it every night, dreaming of another life.
I would have had it under my mattress to the picture of Robert Redford.
Sure, yes, of course. So I'm going to say, but since I don't have as much of a personal experience, I'm going to say it's a soft on for me, soft on brand.
All right, I'm going to say, for me, it's a hard on brand for multiple reasons. I will miss it. I tip my hat to it. I thank it's for its service, and I wish it well.
Oh,
So
rest in peace.
Rest in peace, Sundance and Robert Redford.
There you go.
Okay, before we go, of course, we have to give our shout outs to our Freaks of the Week. And I know you're asking, how do you even become a Freak of the Week? Well, you know what? It's easy and hard. If you're not aware, every Wednesday on Instagram, I post a little puzzle that I like to call the Insta Egg. If you solve that puzzle and send me the name of the brand that we are doing that week, I will not only send you a little freak badge, I will also probably chat with you on Instagram because I have absolutely no life, and I will add your name to our Wheel of Freaks. And every week I'm going to spin that wheel 5 times and pick our 5 Freaks of the Week, and that is exactly what just happened. So these are our Freaks of the Week this week. Joanne Baker, Sharon Willer, Adam Salzer, Will Ardens, and Melissa Baldock Baudouin. So, congratulations, you guys. Thanks for doing the Insta Egg. Thanks for checking it out. If you don't go to our Instagram, go to it. You'll find supplemental materials that give you even more insight into the episodes that we do. You'll find out if the founders are hot. I'll tell you right now, Robert Redford is hot, and I'll probably put a bunch of hot pictures of him in it this week. So check that out. And if you're not already, even if you don't want to watch us, please check out our YouTube. It helps us out a lot to get subscribers to that. It's absolutely free to subscribe. So go to our YouTube, subscribe to our channel, and if you feel like watching the episode, you can. But if not, it also just helps us to subscribe.
And while we're giving shout outs, I'd like to shout out a lovely listener who left us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. We have Jen in the ATX. She says, I love them so much. I binge listen to On Brand when I'm driving long distances. Jon and Marisa crack me up. I just listened to Sesame Street and laughed and cried and sang the intro song I haven't heard in 45 years, and I'm so happy. These guys are the real deal with their friendship and research and personal takes. Love it. Love them. If you're not listening, your life isn't as fun as it could be. Tune in. Well, that is a lovely comment and such a sweet review. Thank you so much, Jen. If you haven't left us a review on Apple, please do so. It helps out the show. It helps our morale. And you can check us out on Instagram at OnBrandThePod, TikTok at OnBrandThePodcast. There's a subreddit now. There's the Patreon for a bonus episode every Tuesday for Off-Brand, more of me and Jon. And with that, we'll be back next week with an all-new episode.
And remember, we may go off topic, but we will always be on brand.
Bye.
Goodbye.
With so many options, why choose Arizona State University?
For me, the only online option was ASU because of the quality. Their faculty was really involved with their students and care about your personal journey. The dedication to my personal development from my professors, that's been extremely valuable to me.
Earn your degree from the nation's most innovative university. Online. That's a degree better. Explore more than 350 plus undergraduate, graduate, and certificate programs at asuonline.asu.edu.